Hello and welcome to Master Trader Technical Strategies. This is Greg Capra, your educator. Great decision in Master Trader. If this is your first course, congratulations. You haven't developed any bad habits yet. If you're taking other courses and still struggling, don't worry, we'll fix that. This is going to be the last course you will ever need. So get ready. We've got a lot of information to cover. So how's this course going to change you? Well, first, it's going to provide you with the tools to objectively know how to act in any market environment. Why any market environment? Because they change. If you're a day trader, they change from morning to afternoon. If you're an investor, of course, they change over the course of months, and I'll show you how to determine when things are changing. That being said, all the concepts that we're going to cover, they're applicable to any time frame. This means the foundational technical concepts, trend analysis and the support and resistance and relative strength and weakness and such. We will use different market internals for different time frames, but as I said, all the foundational information will stay the same. What's the only thing that matters? That's price. Price in the candlestick formation. Why candles? Visually, they just make it easier. Nothing magical there. I'm going to show you how to use fail patterns for risk management and new opportunity. We've all thought to ourselves, if I only had gone in the other direction. Well, I'll show you how to do that. And I'll show you many of the ways to avoid taking certain setups that you might be doing now. I'll show you how to use multiple time frames and market internals to maximize your reward to risk. Look, there's going to be uncertainty in the markets. It's always going to be there. I said our analysis will reduce that uncertainty, especially after you're using it for a while. But I like to say it is what it is. At certain things, we just have to accept the fact that we don't know, but we do have a choice. Stand aside. You don't have to take a position when it doesn't make sense. You'll always be looking to the left for the truth. That's going to be price patterns, support, and resistance. You're going to learn to psychologically have the mindset to only focus on the charts. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that we won't use news, media, applications, websites, and papers and so on to gain insights as to where the money is flowing into or out of. But ultimately, the only thing that matters is what is on that chart. This is going to fundamentally the way you approach trading and investing. There's no doubt about it. A little bit about myself. Back in the late 1980s, it says I thought, how do you trade stocks? Honestly, I didn't know the difference between a stock and a bond. I started the process of educating myself. It certainly took a lot of time. There was no internet back then, and there wasn't the information that is available today. Well, back in late 1994 and at the beginning of 1995, I created Pristine Trading and began teaching. It took a little while to start the teaching, but I was sending out newsletters through a fax service, multiple computers, and that grew into Pristine, where I was educating traders and investors. Well, a lot has changed in the market since then. I'll teach you how some of those patterns that we'll still look at, if you know how to use them correctly with the proper money management, we can still use them. However, the markets having changed as they have, they get stopped out a lot more than they used to back in the late 90s. Well, we'll talk about that some more. I've done quite a number of live trading challenges. Winning 6 of them back in the day in the Traders Expos was a lot of fun. Written several books. Still available today. The most recent, Trading Tools and Tactics, Reading the Mind of the Markets, is another bestseller. And a lot of what we'll talk about in this course is covered in that book. Over the years, I have taught hedge fund managers, market makers, investors, and traders. And a lot of my students today actually teach at education firms what they learned in my classes. Maybe one day you will as well. And as I say, today, as you know, I'm still teaching here as Master Trader. This was me 20 years ago, I say almost 20 years ago. And here, training, trading, and technology. Still teaching the three T's, as we call them. I was a lot younger back then. Actually, as I said, at one of the expos. I think it was actually the first expo. And as today at Master Trader, almost 25 years later, still teaching, and glad you're here. Let's get going. Before we do that, just a kind reminder, it is possible to lose money in the markets. However, I'm going to show you how to take calculated losses when they happen. You'll look at trades as this is just another trade. This is not something that is going to incur some big loss because, as I said, there'll be calculated losses. And I'm also going to show you how to exponentially increase your profits through money management. All right, let's get going.